All right, so today's episode is called Beauty in Your Flaws from being neurodivergent or NLD. And it was inspired by a song called Beauty in, in the Flaws by Sophia Scott, also Right on Time by Lindsay L. And they're both about embracing who you are, even in the ugly times, and finding beauty in your flaws or challenges. I think these songs speak to the individuals who want to be our authentic selves, but need encouragement or support from other sometimes. This is good and healthy to receive from family, friends, and loved ones in our lives. The first article is titled Neurodiversity 101 Perfection, Disappointment, and Shame by Professor Amanda Kirby, who wrote it in June of last year. Quote, embracing good enough, how can we shift from a harmful perfectionist mindset to a healthier one? Accept imperfection, understand that perfectionism can actually hinder success and well being. Recognizing this can liberate us to pursue more fulfilling lives. I love the concept of kintsugi. It is a practice of kintsugi, meaning to join with gold, which is a reminder to celebrate the flaws and missteps of life. The kintsugi technique is an extension of the Japanese philosophy of wasabi, which sees beauty in the incomplete and value in simplicity. Sorry if I mispronounce those words. View failure as an opportunity rather than a setback. See failure as a chance to learn and grow. You often see that the most successful entrepreneurs are ones who accept failure has happened and pick themselves up, learn what happened, and try again. Think how many times most children fall and get up before they walk independently. Prioritize what matters. Focus on personal values rather than external judgments or comparisons. Being comfortable in your own skin can be difficult when we have spent so many years trying to fit in and be able to be like others. Practice self compassion. Allow yourself downtime and acknowledgement. Your efforts, not just outcomes. This can be the hardest thing, not to beat ourselves around the head about what we had not achieved, and it can take practice. External variables do exist, and there is real inequity in how people process in society. The metrics of success may be skewed. Very skewed. Celebrate progress, recognize the value progress in what you want to do and how you live over attaining perfection. This approach nurtures resilience and satisfaction and is far less exhausting. Capture moments of flow when you are doing something you love. Embrace and find out what your authentic self is. So that was all from that first article. And I agree with what it says because when I think about myself, I do try to view failure as an opportunity, like the article said, because even if you fail, you can learn from your mistakes, and it is a chance to learn and grow. And when you prioritize what matters, I think you have more of a goal or purpose in life, and you need to celebrate progress because if you don't, you might not know that you have progress in your life. And practicing self compassion is also good because while others may love you or have compassion towards you, you need to also have compassion towards yourself because I think that if you don't have it from yourself, it might be hard to recognize it from others, or it might not be as easy to appreciate it when others do it. Like, for example, I've been driving for the last almost 2 months now, and even though I've had car accidents in the past, I still visualize car accidents happening. And I tell myself, no, I'm not going to have another one. I can't risk that because of my own well being and because of usually having the dogs with me in the car also. Then I'm risking their life, not only my life and whoever else is involved with the accident. And it'd be hard for me to for the insurance after that, and it might be the one that takes away the insurance or takes away my license or both, and I can't have that happen. So either I drive when I feel fine, or if I don't feel fine, I don't drive and I have somebody else drive for me. So I have a lot at stake with that. But yeah, that's just an example from my life. The second article is titled "The Secret Sauce: Strengths of the Neurodivergent Workforce and Communication Tips to Optimize Them," from AAH. Quote, "Embrace differences to support neurodiversity. Neurodivergent individuals have a diverse array of strengths, from the ability to look through a rational and analytical lens to the quick innovations of idea-rich minds to measuring success in terms of self-acceptance to practicing deeply empathetic leadership. By committing to effective communication, we can create spaces where neurodivergent individuals can thrive, leveraging their strengths to move veterinarian teams and practices forward. And by embracing what is different about us and learning to speak our language, you will create a competitive edge over business leaders who ignore the advantage of neurodiverse workers or refuse to make allyship an expectation of employee conduct. Or as Lugansky puts it, the weirdness is the secret sauce to success. Close quote. I like that line. The weirdness is the secret sauce to success. I agree with it because everybody's a little weird in their own way, even if they're not neurodivergent. And I think that makes us who we are. And if we were all the same, it would probably be a boring world, in my opinion. And I think that the uniqueness or weirdness is not only what makes you special, but it adds more variety to the world. And without that, it'd be just one black and white canvas, no gray or colors. So I like that. In fact, talking about black and white, neurodivergent usually take things very literally, and sometimes it's hard for them to see the gray in life, but gray is definitely needed. And actually, it's kind of funny because I'm looking around my townhouse and I have very neutral colors and I love them. And I have gray and white and I also have black. So it's kind of cool that I can see those colors represented as I'm doing this. The last article is Life with NBLD as Told by Those Around Me by Stephanie, written on September 26th in 2018. Quote, "I'm a technology strategist and systems developer for a nonprofit in Washington, D.C. I struggled for years to deal with my brokenness, spending most of my adult life running from myself, living in a codependent relationship, struggling to keep any minimum wage job, and trying desperately to find a place where I fit in. My diagnosis with a eureka moment, was a eureka moment that saved my life. I struggle every day to give myself acceptance and compassion, but I have never felt more successful or accomplished. I was not diagnosed with NVLD until my mid-30s. My tragedies and mistakes are many, and I couldn't pick one to share with you today. Rather, I will share with you snapshots of my experiences as said to me about me throughout my life. Words from them / you. Your handwriting is bad because you are lazy. If you just focus, you can write better. Why does she hang out with adults all the time? Why can't she get along with her peers? Why can't she make friends? What is wrong with you? Why can't you be normal? What made you think I meant that? Why you're so mean after making a non-judgmental observation? How did you not get that? You don't seem disabled to me. You're so smart. I'm socially awkward too. That doesn't make you special. You're just an introvert. Your monotone voice is so annoying. You wouldn't be socially awkward if you got out more. In a lighthearted end of school Fox Awards ceremony, and the award for Dr. Getchell, Mrs. Hyde handwriting goes to Stephanie because you never know who is going to show up to class. Why are you so sensitive? Can't you just get over it? It's just a pet. Get over it after the pet died. What does that face mean? Are you mad at me? Why are you so serious? Why are you such a perfectionist? Just You're just quirky. You're too young to possibly know this much about office administration. Your emails sound curt and rude. Try adding a friendly greeting at the beginning. If you're so lonely, why don't you join a club or volunteer? I always thought you were a negative jerk because you always had some smart ass comment to everything. I tended to make unwanted observations. Apparently, people don't like it when you tell them what they don't want to hear. Took me a long time to learn that one. Words have said to myself: what is wrong with you? Why can't you be normal? I think I'm broken. Why is this so hard? Why can't I figure out this right thing to do? Why can't I say no? I have no idea what she was manipulating me. Why can't I hold down a job? Why do they want, why do they hate me? I'm not good enough. I can't make mistakes because then they will figure out that I am an imposter. I have to be perfect. I hate myself. Academically, I understand the concept, but I never apply it in real life. I don't understand my coworkers' mind games. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. I'm stupid. I should just shut up and melt into the corner because everyone keeps talking over me. I might as not be here. Why don't they like me? Why did I do that? I feel powerless. Wow. Close quote. So I have definitely felt all of those things. And I think I've heard some of the things that sh- um, she said that people said to her, Stephanie, and I either I've heard them from other people, I've heard them from myself. My handwriting is bad. That's why I prefer to type, because sometimes I can't read my handwriting. The one that says, "Can't you be normal?" I think I've done a few episodes on this. To me, there's really no such thing as normal because everybody is different in their own way and you can't really be normal. So that's just my 2 cents. I definitely have been socially awkward and even if I go out a lot, I am still socially awkward. So that doesn't fix it. Uh, and I know what she means, but when she says, "What does that face mean? Are you mad at me? Why are you so serious?" I've had that happen before, and it's like, I don't know what my face looks like. Even if I look in the mirror, I can't fake facial expressions, so I can't really practice comprehending my facial expressions, but I can practice comprehending others, and I've gotten better at that. I guess what I'm trying to say is that we all have our flaws, but we need to find beauty in them because if we don't, we're just going to focus too much on the flaws and we're not going to see them as beautiful when they really are beautiful. And I think that we do need to see the beauty in them. Another part of this episode, which I will upload later, is I had some neurodivergents that I know contribute to it by sending them some questions that they could answer. And I'll read you off the questions because that way you can see which one they answered. Can you share a story about a moment when you discovered strength or beauty in what others might see as a flaw in your neurodivergence? How has your neurodivergence shaped your perspective on life or the world around you? Are there any aspects of your neurodivergence that you initially struggled with but have come to appreciate over time? Or how does your neurodivergence enhance your creativity or problem solving abilities? Are there unique ways you approach challenges or tasks that you consider a gift of neurodiversity? In what ways do you think neurodivergence contributes to diversity of thought and innovation in society? How has being neurodivergent influenced the way you connect with others or build relationships? Are there aspects of your neurodivergence that have helped you build a sense of community or belonging with others? What do you wish others understood about the value of neurodiversity in relationships? What does the phrase beauty in the flaws mean to you in the context of neurodiversity? Are there traits commonly viewed as limitations that you see as strengths or opportunities for growth? How have you learned to embrace your neurodivergence as part of your unique identity? What do you think is the biggest misconception about neurodivergent individuals? How can society better celebrate the beauty of neurodiversity and move away from focusing solely on challenges? What advice would you give to someone who is struggling to see the beauty in their neurodivergence? What would you like the world to know about the gifts of neurodiversity? Is there a quote, metaphor, or personal mantra that helps you find beauty in the imperfections of life? And last but not least, how do you celebrate your individuality and the unique contributions you bring to the world? So I will include the interviews at the end of this episode. And yeah, thank you for listening to this. And I hope that you enjoy the interviews as well.